Welcome to the weekend edition of the Pop Culture Jungle, where we focus in on only one topic. This is a newer thing we're starting. We started it last week with Snow White, though we didn't know we were going to go into it. It's become a weekly thing. Joining me this week is actually Justin, not Jamie.
No, that's me.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah.
You're never here on a weekend.
Nope. I got work.
Yeah. We are going to do a reaction and a review and a breakdown of the Lilo and Stitch trailer. I have opinions.
Okay. That's pretty typical.
That's pretty typical.
Wow, your camera is not focusing today.
Yeah, it's not happy I keep looking down. We might be switching on the next show to a manual focus, but till now, that's fine. We're going to jump into it. We'll see if this gets flagged by YouTube, because it probably will.
Yakers.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He is trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red
I will
one.
love this.
What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
Shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
What the hell?
He's so cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Down from there.
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing? No. Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
Ew. We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
Or forgotten.
Stitch dad.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good. That was close. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Agent Cobra Bubbles.
I
We have
love
a
the
blue
floaties.
dog to catch.
No, where?
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
Okay, let me first start off. Disney, how dare you?
How dare you?
In the same week,
Oh,
you give us this fluffy little creature who looks adorable. You also do the premiere of Snow White with the 7 PS2 Hagrids. How is this the same studio?
I don't think it is.
Because he looks so fantastic.
Oh yeah.
That was my concern when I heard a live action Lilo and Stitch was straightforward. I thought Stitch was going to be more, first version Sonic.
Do you remember when it was first announced and they showed the test footage of it and he looked awful and everybody was like, "This movie's gonna be dog poop. It's gonna be awful. It's gonna look awful."
Yeah.
And then,
Now, I'm going to touch into something I did see people
Sometimes
commenting
family isn't
on.
perfect.
We can
That
turn
doesn't mean
off
they
our
aren't
audio.
good.
That way we don't have to worry about as many sections being, because the Elvis section got claimed one way or another.
oh yeah, probably.
That got claimed. Hopefully YouTube's okay with it. We're gonna come forward. Again, I love the floaties, but I'm waiting for it. It's coming right up. In fact, we're gonna change our playback speeds to make it easier for me to grab the shot I'm looking for. Because there is a scene up ahead that has caused issues. where people have come up and complained about. And I think it's a ridiculous complaint, but we do mention things. And this has people complaining. Do you know what the complaint is with this?
Oh, he's not in drag?
That he's not in drag. And I get it. Like, I think
it's a lot weirder for.
So hold on. Let me do my argument.
Okay.
I get where the complaint is about him not in drag, because that is the original character. That is true to source material. However, being that this is a live action and in a cartoon, we can choose what to believe and ignore.
Yeah.
So him being in drag with just a wig on, fine. We understand who the character is, and we can ignore that part. Being that this is a live action, I think they're trying to stick to more alien tech and how he would be able to disguise.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm hoping that this isn't the only shot we get. I hope we'll get a couple shots where when he does this transformation, that he'll go still into a female somewhere along the way, because that is so true to the character. And I think it would be funny because, frankly enough, in my opinion, Pleakley's scenes that are the funniest is when he's trying to act all feminine, because he's so confused of what the world actually is. But looking at, that's a good alien design.
It's pretty good.
That's a good alien design.
I think I've heard a lot of people complaining about how he looks, and I think it's just because there's an effect on the portal.
I think
and
so.
then over him, it looks weird.
I think so. I think overall though, because I mean we'll even go back. If we look even in these early scenes with any of the aliens,
They all look good.
this CGI design of these characters looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the High Councilwoman, the little bit we get to see of her, like that's exactly how I figured she would look.
These are pulled straight from the screen, from the cells.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is
look good.
beautiful. This is beautiful. This initially I was more skeptical because, again, as I brought up in other live action trailer reviews and such we've done, live actions always seem to, for Disney, DreamWorks has been different with their one they're working on, has always been more leaning to telling the story but adjusting the story. This one feels like they're going more.
It looks 1-to-1.
I wouldn't say
Almost
1-to-1,
1-to-1.
almost 1-to-1. This looks more, we're telling the same story, but we're expanding the world a bit more because filming is easier than than animation.
Yeah.
And so I really actually, I'm really excited for it. I'm also extremely surprised that this is the first trailer we're getting and it comes out in May.
Honestly, I think that has to do a lot with the writer strikes and shifting their entire Disney's entire movie slate from last year to this year, and they're just putting everything in this year.
I think it's more so, all honesty, because we could have had multiple trailers dropping earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so this has looked good for a while. Disney knows this is going to be successful. And so the last two films that Walt Disney Studio came out with, we saw in different articles that we talked about in the Pop Culture Jungle, Disney has been, even though they don't directly say it, more nervous about. I think they're
fairly confident about this one. And they also dropped it this week, so it plays in front of Snow White.
Correct. This is why it came when it did. I figured we were going to get this with the Snow White movie. But I kind of think they were hoping, not to show this, because if we look at the CGI in this compared to either Captain America or the trailer of Snow White, we haven't seen that yet. I get to review it. Justin is going to scapegoat out of this one.
I'm not trying to. I gave you options.
Yes, but we got to still make the video on time.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to hide how much of a difference this is.
Yeah.
This feels straightforward. That, again, they took the movie. The movie was the storyboard, so the animators had time to actually animate the character.
Yeah.
Because, again, the bits we see of any of the animation going on, it flows. It works well. I am disappointed. Ice Cream Man has a snow cone, not an ice cream.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
Awful.
I don't even think he has a name. I think it legitimately is just Ice Cream Man.
Yeah. Something like that.
I love how mischievous this Stitch is, though. Like, they're playing into it, and they're really playing into... let's turn the audio back onto this section.
We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family.
They're
Family
really playing
means
into the
nobody
main
gets left behind.
feeling of the original movie of all like the family is like the center of the story,
Stitch Dad.
which we haven't
Sometimes
seen
family
Disney
isn't
do a
perfect.
strong
That
family
doesn't
story
mean
for a
they
while,
aren't
and that
good.
makes me happy.
That's close.
I mean,
I don't think you're
Strange
supposed to
World.
drink that.
but who saw Strange World?
Yeah, and on top of that, Strange World, in my opinion, was animation wise was kind of weak. The story itself was weak. Also, this looks like it's gonna be solid.
Kevin says Disney will have a good summer box office this year with Thunderbolts, Lilo and Stitch, Fantastic Four, First Steps, and Freakier Friday.
Okay, Lilo and Stitch, I agree with. Thunderbolts. Sorry,
Maybe?
maybe we are gonna see. We are gonna review it.
I'm going to be happy with it. I can tell you that right now.
I'm still on the very. I am burnt from Marvel. Besides Daredevil, I'm still on board. Besides Daredevil, I'm kind of burnt on Marvel at the moment. I'm hoping for a good Thunderbolts. I'm hoping for a good Fantastic Four.
I'm hoping for a good Fantastic Four. Freakier Friday? I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure about. That's such an old movie.
Families are going to watch ELO on Disney Plus. I agree with that.
Yes. Again,
This movie's not being marketed.
well, yeah. So again, when it comes down to it, we've gone over this several times. I'm a huge animation buff. That is my medium that I love. That's the medium I couldn't get the most into on. I didn't even know the movie existed, which is really sad. I've been talking a lot about your thoughts on the trailer.
It looks good. I grew up with Lilo and Stitch. When did the original release? 2003? That sounds right.
That sounds right.
2002.
Yeah.
I was 2 at the time, so it was playing a lot. It was like my Bluey, if you will. Especially the show.
Yeah. I love the show. The show was fantastic.
So it was a lot of my childhood. So I'm very happy to see a pretty faithful remake in live action.
Yeah. I did want to do a little looking.
Mm-hmm.
This is just using Google searching. We're gonna grab the entire screen over here and just try to pull up some of these side by sides. Because frankly enough,
Who's that pink one? Who's that?
that would be a character not introduced in these yet. Let's find these guys. We can find these guys.
Just look up like aliens.
Oh, I can't spell.
Yeah, if you look up,
It's this
oh yeah, there's a
No.
better one. There's a better one lower, but it's blocked because of the. I saw a better one. The one with Gontu taking up like 75%. Yeah. Of course, it opens the tiniest image possible.
Well, because it is a small image. Open image in new tab. Let's go that way. Oh, because it's a GIF.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty.
pulled straight from the cell.
That's pretty close.
We don't see Gontu in this trailer.
We don't, and that concerns me.
Yeah,
Gontu is a big character in this. That
narratively and physically.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
weird.
because we see Bubbles. Bubbles is paying more attention.
But like, Gontu has to be in this movie, right? For the whole third act.
Well, hold on,
I'm gonna be disappointed if they take Gontu out.
because thinking of it this way, let's just look at the trailer we have. Maybe there is some story adjustments that we didn't piece. We see in this version Cobra Bubbles, and he's more so in like inspecting the fur and such. in
Yeah,
that
as
one
opposed
shot.
to being a caseworker.
So I wonder if he's going to be more like, instead of being a caseworker, social security worker.
No,
uh,
social services.
social services. Thank you. I'm wondering if he's going to go and play more of the role like FBI, CIA kind of situation.
And that would make sense because remember, there's that throwaway line at the end of the movie that sets up a lot of his character and the whole like ending of the film of how he was at the Roswell incident.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to me if they changed his character to that.
And so maybe we're going to remove Gantu. But again, that whole third
act
is
is
really
entirely gone to you.
Yeah. I hope Marvel doesn't take the wrong lessons from Captain America, Brave New World, bombing at the box office. You know, same. I want a good superhero movie. I'm excited for Superman. I think Superman's going to be a fantastic movie. Fantastic Four, maybe.
It could be good.
It could be good.
Could be good.
They're it's sitting on a fine line. It could fall one way or the other.
Yeah,
It's where
really
it's at.
is. It really is. And so is Thunderbolts, honestly.
Yeah.
It could be good or it could be really bad.
Let's do. I want to see the mean little girl. Yeah, that's gonna be in this shot.
It's gonna be like a frame or two. You may have to use your arrow keys to go frame by frame.
Mine do it by 5 seconds, unfortunately.
Oh.
So what we're gonna do, because it looks like she is not in the shot.
Who's Myrtle?
Or at least
That's Myrtle pushing her.
At least not the original character design. It looks like they changed it,
but it's still a redhead girl.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, go to the close up.
No.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably our Myrtle, but it looks like Myrtle's been adjusted, which kind of bums me that she doesn't have her glasses. If we're gonna adjust the character, at least the glasses is one piece of like the storytelling. Because on her, they really play to the far ends of it to show how dramatic and over the top. It's not it's a nitpick. I'm gonna say that straightforward. It's a nitpick because there's not much wrong in this trailer. I'm just trying to look at the characters comparing original to current.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a group of those that have been predicting that it's going to fail. We saw after the first premiere in Japan, it dropped by 10 million for that. And again, when Jamie and I did really, really rough numbers based on what the everybody is saying the true cost probably came out with, and we were generous. We were on the low end of what they were saying. We're still predicting to break even about 900 million.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because again, everybody's saying it's well over 300 million. So I use 300 million for easy math because Disney's still saying 220, but we know after a 5-year production, it's not at 220.
No.
So we used 300 million as our starting basis. And then again, Disney is always usually about half of whatever the budget is goes to marketing, bringing the 450.
Yeah.
Half of box office sales on average across the US and domestically have to go ahead and is what Disney takes out of that. So we take that 450 million times it by 2 to make up the difference, brings us to our 900 million to break even.
Yeah.
And again, in that video, can you go over to YouTube, grab that video?
What video?
Ours? The Snow White one. And we'll drop it in the comments, the link to it.
Okay.
We do a better breakdown of it, but we even talk about the last princess movie live action that Disney came out with, which was Little Mermaid, and how that was less controversial going into, just because Haley Bailey, is that how you say it? I think so. frankly enough, she could already sing. We already heard that. And she wasn't causing issues with the Disney fans. And that movie only got to, I think, if I'm remembering right, 400 million.
What, you guys talked about Avatar without me? Rats. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was on the the Saturday episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's up.
It's up?
Yeah, it's very, very recent. All right.
Oh. No, it's 4 minutes.
What is
Oh,
that
there
one?
it is. I found it.
Yeah, because it's like an hour and something long.
Yeah.
It's a long discussion because we went through kind of a bit of everything. There are articles I forgot, which would have helped validate my statement. But there it is there in the chat. That's straightforward. The reason also why Disney is dropping the video from its the regular premieres, that they're canceling on those, is because they're trying to protect it by keeping, frankly enough, her quiet. Rachel quiet, which is sad. It's sad that we're to that point. Again, as I go in that video and explain, I was very excited for it. I thought it was going to be very good. When as I put it earlier in this one, when comparing this lovey fluffy demon to the 7 Hagrids in that, this does not look like the same studio.
Pull up the I might be able to pull it up.
What? If you tell me what you're trying to do, I can probably help you.
I can't spell crater.
Oh, the crater scene?
Yeah. I found it already. Dude.
So, okay, so hold on. We'll pop this up. So there's what that one looks like. That's the remake. And then Justin's gonna pull up on his side.
Let's do entire screen. Why can't I share? Oh, I have to select the entire screen. Let's switch back to yours.
Dude, those are so close.
Those are 1-to-1 almost. That's insane. Like they even got like the tree in the foreground looking almost exactly the same. That's crazy.
Well, again, like I was saying, the biggest thing for this one that's helping this one with all the animation of it is
The palm trees in the background too.
They legitimately just used the original movie as the storyboarding. Then they probably storyboarded the extra like fill-in scenes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Now, I think this is going to actually be for Disney a actually high success. I think this is going to. Okay, we're going to kind of side tangent, or not side tangent, but side jump. Ready?
Yep.
Where does this break? Let's do box office weekend, and let's do final and does it break over $1 billion?
Okay. It's really hard to judge box office sales of Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Because 2002 barely had a box office for Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, because it was very experimental and very fun.
It was very experimental. It was the film right after the string of failures,
Yes.
box office failures.
Going with this, since we're discussing how we're building this number, remember to today, Stitch is, I believe, number 2 most sold merchandise for Disney. Mickey Mouse is number 1, but I believe Stitch is one of the highest.
Right. Disney merch by character. I'm seeing
Minnie might be up there also. So
I'm seeing a lot of Mickey, princesses, Stitch is what I'm seeing.
yeah.
Let me go to the Disney store,
But if we're talking,
and if you go by popular character,
I mean it's Disney. Look at Disney Plus. If
oh,
you go by
this is alphabetical actually.
no, so if we look at it that way, and you said the top 3 was Mickey, princesses, Stitch is what you were seeing. Princesses is a full category, so it means Stitch, in my opinion, would be number 2. Because yes, princesses sell, but princesses is the entire brand of princesses.
Yeah.
For video purposes, let's assume. Because we do need to keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
That-
I'm trying to do research here.
No, I appreciate it. And we will do research on the back end, and we'll try to bring an update to this on Tuesday. But let's assume, because I remember seeing the statistic somewhere. I'd have to dig and find it.
Okay. So assuming total revenue of Mickey and Friends as of what was this posted? 2023 is did I just see it? Hold on. No, I'm tripping. $52 billion. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me put it this way. Moana 2 crossed $1 billion. Moana 1 released 8 years ago. And those two are the only entries in the franchise. Right? There's been no like shorts or anything for Disney Plus or anything like that.
Correct.
So, going based off of that, and that Stitch has the most merchandise besides maybe Mickey, I think we can easily cross $1 billion here, especially for a summer movie, because this is the slot that Inside Out 2 had, right?
I believe so. I believe this is that same
It
slot.
lines up within like a 2-week period, I believe.
I believe so.
Trickle release. June 14th. So 2 weeks.
To help with your number,
Mhm.
in 2002,
Yep.
in the full box office run of Lilo and Stitch brought in 245,799,997 worldwide.
Okay.
With inflation,
Okay, thank you. That was my
this is
next
what I was
question.
working on while you were discussing. With inflation, that brings it to 435 million.
Easily beats out that.
It easily beats that out.
Easily makes 400. I think.
I'm gonna. So your final number of where it's going box office weekend and your final
Opening weekend or
opening weekend and then worldwide. Now, what are you looking up?
comparatively?
I understand you all want good storytelling from Disney, but certain TV shows and films fail at going to showing them cater to conservative families just to make money. I get where you're coming from. I don't disagree. I see this one though going more into leaning into on the fact that this is was one of the interviews I saw. This is how my mind works. Justin can tell you. I will start to answer a question, and then we'll start a story for me to get to where I'm trying to get to. One of the interviews I saw way back when they announced the director, he did come out at that point and say there were changes Disney wanted to make. He told them no. He said the movie was perfect.
Who's the director? Who's directing this?
And he said he wanted to go ahead and be as true to the original as possible, but still telling a good story and still elaborating the story some. And that's why we're discussing still little things that might be changed, like maybe Cobra Bubbles, instead of being a child services worker, instead maybe we're leaning more on him being, Detective Cobra Bubbles instead. If so, that's just elaborating the story a little bit more, and it's stepping away from the family issues of this story. But in the scene we get in this trailer, Disney is leaning heavily back on the original storytelling of it. At least the director is. This story is about family. They mentioned family hard enough. It's almost a Fast and the Furious reference.
Yeah.
But that's how this story should be done. If we were touching into this and, for example, trying to make Snow White into a heavy family story, that would make no sense. Because Snow White has never been a family story. Snow White, in almost every version of it, her family is passed on, except for the evil queen.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be, to me, this trailer tells me this is going to be a good movie to just kind of shut off my mind, like I mentioned with Daredevil, and just sit back and actually enjoy a movie, which is what I want. I want a good movie. I don't care what company produces it. How to Train Your Dragon. We talked about that, the live action of that. How I made the comment, and I still will make the comment, that the live action is just a cash grab. There is no need to make that into a live action. The animation, fantastic. However, it's still a good story. The bits we've seen of it, the only complaints I've had was Astridge's wig, because even Justin agreed it looks like a mop. Besides that, it looks fantastic. If I was in the UK, I'd be going and seeing the theatrical version of Hercules, because the music we've had from that, fantastic. Have you figured out what you're trying to do?
Yeah. I was looking at production.
Yeah.
People. Oh, but numbers. So okay. This is gonna sound a little outlandish.
Yeah.
Compared to Avengers Infinity War, which I know had a bigger build up to it.
Okay.
But I would argue, popularity wise, it's on the same playing field.
Okay.
Had a global opening weekend of 640 million.
Okay.
I think Stitch can make 400 in its opening weekend global.
I was like, you're not shooting it for the start of 6.
No. I think it can make 400 global opening.
I think 4 is a little high, personally. I'm going to sit closer to 3.
What did Deadpool open on?
Okay, valid question.
Deadpool opened on 211.
Actually, my better question is
Inside Out?
Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
That is really what's going to better tell me.
155.
Yeah, so I think your 4 is too high.
Maybe it opens on a 2.
I'm thinking 3 is the high point of the weekend.
You think so?
If we get there, I think we're gonna at least break 2, because again, everything I'm seeing for this movie is actually very positive. There are little nitpicks. We did talk about a couple of them. I'm gonna refresh this. We do like to look at straight numbers. And I mean, we can even look right here. And currently 152,000 likes to 20,000 dislikes. That's a great ratio.
That's a really good ratio.
8 million views in 4 days.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. In fact, let's see. We don't always go into the comments, but sometimes the comments let us know. Meet Stitch, dude. I met him 30 years ago.
30 years ago?
Yeah.
How did you meet him 30 years ago?
I don't know where that is coming from. Thank God they cast mostly unknown instead of shoving a bunch of celebrities and cameos for sake of celebrity marketing.
Yeah.
This actually gives me a slight bit of hope of this movie. that's the great point about that. That means his budget is low.
This budget's low.
This thing's going to probably make its money back easily.
Oh, yeah.
Opening weekend.
Oh yeah.
In fact, while I'm reading these, can you try to see if there is a estimated budget for this at the moment? I'm waiting for Stitch to say, she's touching me.
Oh.
Isn't it the other way though? Yeah, it's Lilo yelling that he's touching me, and I'm not touching you. That's not even in the movie though. But wasn't that like the TV show?
No, that was in the movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go back and watch the movie again. Doesn't even look like modern day Disney slop. This actually looks faithful to the OG. Incredible. I'm just glad Chris Sanders is still voicing Stitch.
Not only is he voicing, he's also writing again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I spent so long looking up. Dean DeBlois, the other writer of the original, is also credited as a writer for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first Disney live action remake I'm actually excited for. Stitch and the other aliens characters look great. It's really nostalgic seeing all the scenes recreated. See, that's why I say it's going to be about 3. Is you're getting the nostalgia crowd. This movie is hitting. This movie is what the Walt Disney Company was trying to get out of any of their live actions, except for they were trying to grab nostalgia for Snow White of 1937.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people are super nostalgic about Snow White of 1937. I mean, if you grew up watching old animation like I did, then yeah, you're great for it, and that's why I was excited for it. But it wasn't a nostalgia point in me into it. I was just excited to, re-see that story. Ohana means family, end quote. I'm 27 now, and I still remember that line the first time I watched Lilo and Stitch when I was still a kid. Amen. Such a great line. And it's good, just real. They also brought back Ice Cream Guy. Just a friendly reminder to everyone, there's perfectly fine animation version of this back in 2002, and it still looks good to this date. And that is correct. Because even in that, they did some experimental animation in that with using, watercolors and such for all the backgrounds and watercolor painting.
Yeah.
Like the movie looks fantastic. This is just a good compliment to it. I saw a rumor when this movie was first announced that The Rock was going to play Agent Bubbles. I am glad they didn't go that route. It's great to see non-super celebrity faces in this movie. Yeah, I think we win with this. So are you after we've rediscussed a little bit? Are you still sitting at 400? This is just maybe two. I'm going to stay at 3. I think it can break 3.
Yeah,
especially the way the market has been. Because also, I look at it this way. When it comes to theater movies, we've been in a drought of good theater movies.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil, Deadpool was a exception to the rule. That should never have been as successful as it was. It was just funny. Inside Out 2 was a good movie, but it was questionable because, again, it was a sequel, and that's when people were not sure how Disney was going to do it. Its second weekend, I think, did better than the first weekend.
I think so, yeah. Hold on, let me pull it up. You use the numbers, right?
Yeah, that's how we refer. I've got it here.
I haven't pulled up already. Where's the graph?
So no, gross June 14th was 154. So the 21st was 101, and then went down from there.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I think this is gonna beat it. I think we're gonna break $1 billion. I'm gonna say our final number. So where did this end up? This ended up 1.7 because they brought in majority of that internationally.
Yeah.
I think Stitch, especially in the Japanese audience, because he's huge overseas. I think he's going to pull more than Inside Out did.
Yeah, because Inside Out in Japan only made 3,600 or 3,600,000.
I think this movie is going to come in, and this is purely, again, 2 idiots on the internet just throwing numbers at the wall. I think it's going to beat Inside Out 2 and be
Because Inside Out 2 barely broke $1 billion.
Inside Out 2 is 1.7.
Oh,
I have the numbers right here in front of me.
Yep. Never mind.
I think it's going to come in at 1.8 to 1.9. I think it has the potential to pull that. Because on top of it being a kids movie, it is also live action, which means it appeals to people who don't just like to watch animated movies. It's going to have the nostalgia fact of everybody who watched it back in 2005 or 2005. Yeah, that's what we said. 2002. You're going to have my generation who remembers going to see it in theaters and is excited to go back for it. Justin's generation who grew up with it as a kid. I think we're going to break 1.8 to 1.9.
Put it right up there in the top 5 of all time.
I think so. And on top of that, just because of how fast the viewership of the trailer is coming out, how high the how high the comments and such we're seeing, I've been scrolling trying to find a bad comment. The critics I'm seeing is on Twitter or X, who have been bringing up the little issues that we talked about, but they're so minute issues. My sister brought up to Justin, and one of her issues of, Ice Cream Man is Polynesian, not white.
Okay.
Dude, camera, come back. Thank you. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, the fact he made it to the movie, we still got to be critical. Ice Cream Man has a snow cone. Snow cone is not ice cream.
I think that's a bigger issue than skin tone.
Get it on, Disney. Edit it. Have your animators go every scene it's in and then crop in good ice cream. There we go.
Yep. Okay. Looking at all-time international box offices.
Yeah.
Comparatively, Frozen 1 made worldwide. I'm looking at international, not worldwide. Hold on.
Yeah, numbers is hard to sometimes get.
Okay. All-time worldwide. Even then. Frozen 1 is 24th at 1.2. Frozen 2 is at 15th, 1.4. I think this can make top 10, beating out Jurassic World, 1.6.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you can do it. Even then, Lion King, 1.6. 2019 Lion King, 1.6.
And this looks so much better than Lion King.
Yeah.
Lion King now, for its defense, the original animation of it was one of the best and still is one of the best-selling movies of all time. When we look at the home sale. Yeah. But I think Stitch is going to pull it. Especially when we're comparing the live action to live action.
Mm-hmm.
The Lion King. Let's just do this. Let's do this. Let me pull up Lion. Lion King live action. I want to open you up like this. Go away.
You did that in the hardest way possible.
I did because I hit wrong things. Which of these shots look more fun and more creative?
Okay, I was gonna say, because personally, I think that the Lion King looks better, but I would rather go watch Lilo and Stitch than Lion King, and that's personal and storytelling wise.
See, to me, when I'm looking at least just these two images,
yeah.
This does not tell me I'm watching anything except for a Nat Geo.
Yeah.
Which, to credit, The Lion King it's only uncanny whenever they are talking or singing.
Yeah.
So if the characters don't need to talk or sing, which is kind of hard in an animation movie,
It looks good.
they look fine. That image looks super realistic.
And then you look over at the
Hence why-
Freakazoid. Oh, hold on.
Hence why I always make the comment that The Lion King and Mufasa are not live action movies. They are animation realism.
Yeah.
That is what they are. And then we look at the Freakazoid. That looks like a fun scene. Like, this is a new scene to the movie. This looks like a fun scene. Even the world around it, because we're not using just the deserts of Africa, which makes sense for The Lion King.
No.
We're using the beautiful island of Hawaii. It makes sense.
Okay. Do you think they physically filmed these shots with just Stitch and composited him in? Or do you think they're recreating the environments that they filmed and putting him in?
I think straightforward. All of these shots are being shot on location.
Yeah.
They probably, for like this setup, are doing what they did for Roger Rabbit.
Whether it's a puppet?
They have the puppet in place and kind of how it's going to sit.
Yeah.
So the actor knows how to react to it. Because as a child actor, she's doing fantastic.
She's
in this
doing really
trailer.
well for a child actor, yeah.
And so I think that's the way they're going, because they did the same with E.T.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just going back and they're just cropping him over it or doing a After Effects green screen of cut.
Yeah.
Because even for cheapos like myself who just use Final Cut now has, with AI help, I can film an entire thing with this background behind me, tell it to edit itself, walk away, and it will crop every screen and make a green screen around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really what they're doing. Is they're just using to get the layout of like how the hair is naturally flowing and such.
Yeah.
They're using a puppet or whatnot to hold it in place. And then they're going back and adding these.
Okay, but what about the scenes where it's just him on screen?
So, like, for reference, this scene.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think what we're seeing here, because if you pay attention to here's where we're gonna get a little nitpicky into it.
Yeah.
Okay. We have it super slow. Look at how the shadows are.
Yeah.
The shadows is what shows you. There is something here to let the camera operator have the camera in the right place, which is what's giving a little bit of this. This is a fake shadow coming off it.
Yes.
So they knew what the shot was going to be.
Yeah.
And they probably have a puppeteer right there in the back of the truck. And so when it pulls away, that's why if you kind of see in the shadow, it's a little bit more blocky as it comes away. Because it doesn't line up exactly with the body. And then it comes back too smoothly.
Yeah.
It's somebody pulling back the puppet.
Yeah.
So I think what they did is I think they used practical and digital effects to make it work, which is how a movie like this should be filmed.
Was this filmed on location in Hawaii? That'd be so cool.
I'd assume so.
Where was Lilo and Stitch filmed? Let me put 2025 in there. They filmed in Hawaii, on Oahu.
Yeah. And again, like even the shot that we have up on screen, it makes sense. Like that looks correct. I'm trying to see if anything has. Okay, so according to the numbers, okay, the movie is saying a 120-minute runtime. Again, this is their predictions and what they're hearing.
Yeah.
But I still can't find what I'm looking for. I'm really trying to find, because it's weird. By this point, we've had plenty of info from like Snow White about where their budget was at.
Yeah.
The original animation was at 80 billion. No, that's not right. 80 million. I read that wrong. I was like, that's not right.
That's a big jump.
There's no way. So the allocation that Disney had for the live action remake, okay, was a $60 million budget. Mind you, the allocation for Snow White was that 210 that they were talking about.
That's it?
Supposedly, according to this article, take that with like 6 buckets of salt. But if that is the case, this movie might be one of Disney's biggest sellers of all time, or biggest profit makers of all time. And that's why they were keeping with the cast that they did, was they were keeping into a smaller budget. Again, this was only supposed to be a Disney Plus movie.
Really?
This was never supposed to be a big production.
Oh my god!
At least as far as I remember. It's also why we didn't have really anything about it until recent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if that number is correct, that budgetary number of 80 million, we'll bump it. Let's go to 100 million. We'll give an extra 20 million. Let's say something went wrong.
Well, reportedly there was a fire at the base camp, which cost 200,000 in damages
For the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
At production site.
Okay.
So let's tack on 280.
Well, yeah. Well, so like I said, it said 80 million. Let's just tack on 20 million.
Okay.
We're gonna go 100 million. It would mean, again, 50 million would be marketing, which would make sense why we haven't seen trailers and such until now.
Yeah.
So 150 million, double that, meaning 300 million to break even.
Easy. I think that's so easy.
I think that's opening weekend.
Yeah.
I think it makes money end of opening weekend.
Yeah.
This is the movie shareholders are waiting for.
Yep.
I camera, you are not happy. I have the wide angle lens still on it right now from when I was live streaming. That's why. Because I need the short throw. I think. Yeah, see, anytime I move my hand, it catches something different. I think this is a win. I think this is what we're waiting for. I think, like I said, I think we're going to break that billion. I think we're going to break into that 1.6, or I said 1.8. Because I think it's going to beat Inside Out. All honesty,
you think so?
I think so. I think Inside Out was very solid. Again, it surprised me. I never expected it. When I saw it personally, it was fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's a $1.6 billion movie, but
apparently it is. We didn't think Moana 2 was going to break $1 billion.
We didn't. Yeah, and it did.
What makes me nervous is we're saying these high numbers and we're predicting this, and we've been wrong the last 2 times we've done predictions. And
who knows? Maybe it's the mysterious movie that breaks $3 billion, and James Cameron has to release Avatar again.
Wouldn't that be nice? We could then get Stitch has a glitch in live action. I want the entire Stitch TV show remade.
Remake the TV show too. Yeah,
that's not gonna happen. Cool. You're out of 10 or out of 5 for the trailer. What would you give it?
I'm putting this at a 4.5, maybe even a 5.
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah,
it made me hyped. I showed it to my old man. He laughed his way through it. He does not go to the theaters. He wants to go to the theaters to see this. So I'm seeing this at least twice.
What was the last movie he saw in theaters?
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I'm sorry.
Again, critically, everybody hated it. Me and him loved it. We thought it was a great movie. We thought, it's not great. It was a great fun movie. It was a good end, a good goodbye to all the characters. And now they're talking about another one. Please don't.
Unless it's like a young indie. Again.
So I mean, if you're going 4.5, I go 5. That's 9.5. If you're going 5, that's 10.
I think I'm gonna go with 5.
That's solid. This is a very good trailer. This is what a trailer should do. Is it either needs to make you super excited to want to see it, super curious to find out what's going on, or super emotionally connected that you want to know the end of the story. This one does a great job of being fun, exciting. For those like me who are older and more nostalgic with it, give us care, feeling and care. For those who've never seen the original, the whole family line in this is a good heart pull.
That's the main like hook of the story.
The whole story is straightforward family.
Yeah.
The crazy little alien sidekick is just the side piece of it.
Yeah.
And so they're really pulling the heartstrings. They made the trailer look fun and chaotic, which it needed to be. I think this is a 5 out of 5. This is a fantastic trailer. This was the second time I watched the trailer, and I still was laughing. It's funny, it's fun, it's a good trailer, good fun time, great looking movie. You're taking the day off when this one comes out. We're gonna go see it.
I already have that week off.
Oh yeah,
It comes out the day before I get married, George.
because we're maybe if we can find like a late night one, maybe we'll go to the late.
Yeah,
night
we
one
can probably do that. Yeah,
and go see that and get it. Come back, film it. That won't be a live stream, unfortunately.
no, that weekend's gonna be too busy.
But we'll post that video, and then we'll probably do the next time Justin's around. We'll probably do a recap of however that video does, and us going back and looking at the numbers and seeing if we were blinded by love of the franchise or if we were correct. But at this point, I think that's all we can say about it. I'm hoping for another trailer. We should get one probably next month.
Yeah,
we should get our set. Usually they're in threes,
yeah.
So we should get the mid trailer next month, and the final trailer will be at the beginning of May.
Okay, I'm gonna compare its marketing to Thunderbolts, because Thunderbolts also has a movie before it, like this one. Thunderbolts had a trailer at the Super Bowl a month ago, and we just now got this.
Yeah.
So I'd argue a month from now we're gonna get another trailer because Thunderbolts had like a TV spot.
Well, yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
So yeah. So next month.
Another one next month, and our final one in the beginning of May.
Yeah.
Because that's our 3 trailers.
Yeah.
When does Thunderbolts come out?
May 13th, 14th?
And this is May
23rd.
23rd. So the third final trailer will come out with Thunderbolts.
May 2nd.
The third final trailer will come out with Thunderbolts.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Disney producing, Disney marketing, Disney is always going to happen.
Yeah.
So yes, it's Marvel, but Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like,
do you think Family with Family, Fantastic Four trailer 2 with Lilo and Stitch? Family with Family.
Fantastic Four drops when?
July 14th?
We might get a little teaser trailer with Stitch involved. Because I'm surprised. So, I don't know if we'll get a full
July 25th.
A full big trailer, but I think we will get at Thunderbolts. I think we'll get our next Fantastic Four trailer because they dropped that first one early. They
dropped that first one really early.
They're more confident in Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Again, like I said earlier, I think this trailer has been being hidden because they did not want it to be compared to Captain America or to Snow White.
Yeah.
Because again, as we mentioned before, the CGI for Red Hulk is really rough.
I think it's fine.
There are scenes that he looks good, but if he's moving, it's a bit rough.
I think it's acceptable.
It's acceptable, but
it's not the worst we've ever seen.
It's not the worst. And then PS2 Hagrid should not be in a movie in 2025. So when we take that into consideration, I think this is only dropping now because it already is going to come out, which is really sad. People are going to go see Snow White. Ugh. The tens of people are going to go see Snow White, and they're going to have this trailer before, and then they're going to watch Snow White.
Yeah.
They're going to miss the trailer.
Yeah.
But I think that's where that is. I think we'll get our second Fantastic Four trailer with Thunderbolts. I think we're going to get that. I think that and this second trailer, this third trailer, will be in that showing.
That'd be cool.
Because again, that's just Disney using Disney to market themselves. because Marvel has to market the next Marvel. That's the only way it works. We got Thunderbolts trailer in front of Captain America.
Yeah.
But this is going to go in there too as the Disney one. We might. I think we're going to go ahead, and since we already saw with the poster of one of the Kakamora in Stitch's mouth, I think we're either going to start getting some of those little teaser like we had way back when in 2002. I think we're going to get some of those for either some of the live action ones.
I would love if they did that with Snow White.
Just let the little alien that's going to destroy her in the box office just destroy her in the trailer too.
Oh yeah.
I can honestly see if Disney really wants to have some fun doing one or two of these little teaser ones with Marvel too. Especially again, technically they could do the teaser of Lilo and Stitch with like a Thunderbolts teaser. They just have to animate him somewhere in the scene running across or whatnot, and you cut together a scene of what the heck was that or something like that. And people are going to laugh and find it funny, and it's going to cross-promote.
Yeah.
And again, Fantastic Four, they already deal with space anyway, so an alien and that really doesn't break off.
Yeah.
What I really want to see, I'm trying to wrap this. What I really want to see, though, I want to see them go back. So in the original, like these crazy marketing strategy they did way back when, one of the ones that they did was where Stitch went ahead and breaks through the roof of Beast Castle and is running across the roof during the ballroom scene.
Yeah.
I legitimately, since those shots in the live action one are pretty much 1-for-1 remakes. I want them to take those shots because they have those angles already set up. I just do it, even if it's a rough edit, and do one of those.
Even if it looks bad, I don't care
because it's gonna be so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know exactly. Yeah. It's an iconic trailer.
Yeah.
Here we are, 2025, and we know exactly the scene we're talking about. Or
in a throwaway trailer. I think it was on a DVD.
These were being done at the theaters too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I wasn't conscious.
Like Stitch being
Wasn't
held up by Rafiki.
Yeah.
Like these things are so stupid, but they're funny.
Yeah.
They work. Don't use live action Rafiki. Anywho. We'll be back on Tuesday for the Pop Culture Jungle. No idea what we're going to be talking about at the moment. I haven't started pulling up articles and doing research. That's probably this afternoon. Then we'll be back on Wednesday for the next Daredevil.
Oh my god! I forgot Daredevil's releasing, George. I'm so excited.
The next episode of Daredevil's on Tuesday. Thursday we'll be back over here. We'll be doing more Kingdom Hearts. We may have more before then, probably tomorrow, but no guarantees. Depends on what's going on. And then I'm doing math in my head. Next week, we will have our Snow White. Well, I will have the Snow White trailer out, or the Snow White review out. We'll get Justin's input maybe Tuesday, depending on if he goes and sees it. You can go see it on your own.
I have a free ticket for my local theater, so maybe I'll use that. I won't give the Walt Disney Company money for that movie.
I'll send you $20 for popcorn. I said I'd buy you popcorn. But yeah, so maybe by Tuesday you can find some time to go see it before before Pop Culture Jungle, so you can get your input.
I'll see if Lynn wants to actually see it or not. Maybe we'll go Tuesday morning.
Yeah, because that's.
I know she's busy. Oh, we'll see.
Well, but you can always do that.
I can go by myself.
Yeah.
If she, yeah. I'll talk to her today.
And then you can give the update of on a weekday, which was there anybody else besides you in the theater?
Dude, it'd be funny if I go to my local theater, which is already dead, and I'm the only one in there.
But see, then on top of that, you don't have to have anybody else give you weird looks of why you're a grown man going to see Snow White.
Right?
The weird looks are going to be from the staff going, why are you going to go see Snow White?
I just go, I'm on a review YouTube channel, and they go, oh, I'm sorry.
Pretty much. But I'm going to go, I'll get that video out this weekend because we try to stay on top of pop culture as fast as we can. We keep up on the news. Maybe, we haven't heard back, but maybe we'll have a different co-host with me on that one.
On what? What day?
Snow White.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jamie has already said, he told me last night, he will be seeing it.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, why? He's like, well, you all are going to go see it, so I figured I'd go see it. I'm like,
Jamie,
you don't have to. Jamie, you don't have to feel the pain like the rest of us. That's where we're at. That brings us to current. So, if you've made this part of the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, see you later.
Bye.